Hello and welcome to LearnPythonTutorial.com. And today we're going to talk about round. It's a built-in function in Python. And the reason why we're talking about this today is because in the previous tutorial we saw that sometimes floating point numbers are not accurate in Python. And it's not accurate in a lot of languages, not just Python. So it's not like a bug or some weird coding issue. It has to do with the underlying C language. Python's built on top of C, and C handles floating point numbers different than what you would expect. Um, C changes floating point numbers that it gets from Python into fractions. And then when it returns the fraction back to Python, it has to convert it back into a floating point number. Fractions sometimes are not as accurate as floating point numbers. So, with that being said, in yesterday's tutorial, we looked at a couple issues, and one of them was this. This is for one of our YouTube viewers asked this question, so this is why we're jumping into this early in this chapter. So we got 7.6 plus 8.7. Now, this is what the viewer asked us, and we get an answer like this: 16.2999999999997. I don't even know if I said enough nines. Anyway, the answer should be 16.3. But like I said, it's converted from a floating point number, then it goes to C language, where it's converted into a fraction, and then it sends it back to Python by converting it back to a floating point number, and that's where this discrepancy comes up. It doesn't happen all the time. So if we look at another one like 6.8 plus 5.6, I hope this works. Sometimes it doesn't. No, it didn't. See, that was another example of how it fails. Let's look at another one. 4.5 plus 8.2. There we go. That came up like it should. So the first two examples here are issues with the fractions being converted into floating point numbers. So with round, we're able to tweak this a bit. And by tweaking it, I mean we can say, hey, round up to the nearest 10th, 100th decimal point. All right. But sometimes this also doesn't work, and we'll look at that in a second. But let's first look at round. To use round, we're going to do round, parentheses, and we're going to put our floating point number in there. So let's take the first one that our YouTube viewer submitted, 7.6 plus 8.7. Then we're going to put a comma, and we're going to put 1, and then parentheses. All right, so the comma and then the 1. The 1 is saying we want one spot after the decimal point, okay? And we want to show only that one spot. So when I hit return, we will get 16.3. 16.3. See, that's pretty cool. All right, so round gives us the ability to change that. Now, let's do it one more time, and we'll do it with the other one that we came up with by accident. 6.8 plus 5.6, comma, 1, parentheses, and now we should come up with 12.4. We get 12.4. That's pretty cool, right? Now, I want to show you another thing before we get into the issue why this isn't always the right way to go. Let's do A equals, we'll take that example up top, 7.6 plus 8.7, hit return. Call A, and we get the number, the 16.29999, and then 7. But what happens if we just do round, parentheses A, comma, space 1, parentheses? Well, we're going to get the 16.3, which is cool, all right? But if I call A again, it doesn't change it in place. To change it in place, we got to set A is equal to round a, comma, 1, parentheses, hit return, call a, and now we got 16.3. So if you're programming something and you're using round and you want to change your variable to always spit out the round number or point to the round number, you got to change it in place. And we do that by doing a is equal to round. We could have also done this up here. We could have went a is equal to round 7.6 plus 8.7 comma 1 parentheses, hit return, called a, and we would got 16.3. Alright, so that's how round works and why we would sometimes use round. Remember this, the comma and the 1 is how many decimal points, or how many numbers you want to show after the decimal point. So let's take a look at that. Let's just say we want to do, we'll take our other example we did. Let's do b equals 4.5 plus 8.2, return, call b, we get 12.7. Oh, I did the wrong one, sorry. It's 6.8 plus 5.6, so let's do b is equal to 6.8 plus 5.6, hit return, call b, we get the 12.3999. So we want to show two numbers after the decimal point. So we'll do b, or we do round b, comma 2, parentheses, close it out, 12.4, but it rounded up, but we asked for the second one. So that didn't work. Sorry. So we'll do, let's do round 6.5432131, comma, and we'll do 2, parentheses, hit return, we get 6.54. Alright, so the 2 indicates how many numbers you want after the decimal points. That's what I was trying to show you, and I think I just wasted a minute trying to get us to that point. So I'm not paying attention here. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is look at something odd. So round looks like it's rounding properly, correct? Now, I'm going to show you why round's not always your best option. So we're going to do round, parentheses, 2.675, comma, and we'll do 2, parentheses. Now, you're looking at this, we're going to have two numbers after the decimal point, okay? So in your mind, it should be 2.68. It should return to us. Watch what happens. 2.67. What? 5 should be rounded up to, or 7 should be rounded up because the 5 is, you know, the 5 is closer to the next number, so it should be 2.68. This is where the issue comes in from our previous tutorial, and this has to do with the float being converted to a fraction, and the fraction back to a float, and this number right here is actually 2.674 something. Alright, so that's why it did not convert. But that doesn't always happen. That doesn't always happen with every number, because sometimes fractions converted to floats are pretty accurate. So 8.875 comma 2, return, parentheses, hit return, we get 8.88. So that's what it should be. So with that being said, should we use round every time? That's up to you. If your numbers need to be really, really accurate, your floating point numbers, then there's another option. And we're going to talk about that in the next tutorial, and that's the decimal module. It's going to be a pretty intense tutorial we're going to do on it. It might have to be split up into two. I'm not really sure yet how we're going to go with this. But make sure you subscribe. Check out our next tutorial, because that will really open your eyes on how to work with floats in Python. And if If you have any questions, leave a comment on YouTube or on our website at learnpythontutorial.com, and we'll see you in the next one. Decibel module. See ya.